Thank you. First on the economy and concerns about inflation. The JP Morgan CEO, Jamie Dimon, warned today that we're going to have more inflation, less productivity, and slower growth if future federal spending, administration spending, isn't done productively. The federal government, not historically known for efficiency. So can you guarantee there's not going to be any waste in the possibly $4 trillion more of spending in the next couple of months?
So let me first step back for a second. When we think about the inflation, when we think about where we are currently, look, the president's plan is working. We are growing the economy from the bottom up and the middle out faster than any time in the last 40 years. We're creating an average of 500,000 jobs a month, up from 60,000 a month before he took office, before this president took office. And if you look at unemployment insurance claims, they're down, and Americans have much needed money in their pockets thanks to the American Rescue Plan. So we're going in the right trajectory, right? We're looking at the trend, and the trend is going in the right way. And if this is a president who understands about making sure that we're not wasteful, right? Making sure that when we think about when he was the vice president, he overlooked that stimulus recovery package back then. And so he made sure there was no corruption and no waste. And so he understands how this all works, and he has a team that will be on top of this as well.
And I know that one of the big things for him is not to raise taxes on anybody that makes less than $400,000 a year. But if there is inflation because of wasteful spending or any other reason, and everything is more expensive for everybody, is there concern that that could be a tax on the poor, effectively?
I just want to be really clear about the American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan proposal. Look, both of those plans will create job opportunities for all Americans, rebuild our crumbling infrastructure, invest in research and development, and educate our children, and combat climate change. So these plans that we're talking about is actually an investment in our country, an investment in people, an investment in families that we need, that we have long needed, even before we saw what the pandemic has done to everyday Americans.
And then just last one on COVID-19 origins. If it turns out that COVID-19 originated from some sort of a lab accident in China, which the president now says one element of the intel community thinks is possible, would the president seek to punish China?
We're not going to go there just yet. We have to go through the 90-day review, and once we have the 90-day review, we'll be able to reassess.
But just on a 30, just take a step back, anything that kills 591,116 Americans, is that something, if another nation either was responsible or knew more than they were letting on, like you said, they weren't letting the inspectors in, and that hurt the overall investigation forever, what would the president do? Would he do anything?
I mean, he's doing something right now. He asked his team back in March, right, to do this, to look into the origins of COVID-19. This is incredibly important. Like his statement says, we need to find out where the COVID-19 originated from. So the president has been very clear. He actually, spoke out about this back in 2020. So this is not the first time we've heard his voice, his concern about the origins of COVID-19. So we're just taking the next step. I'm just not going to prejudge. I'm not going to make a statement until we know what happens after this 90-day review. Thanks for that.